Welcome back to the series of videos, exploring unique countries around the world. Today, we will explore Brazil, together a country full of color and life. Known as the homeland of many people around the world, Brazil is not only famous for its great football, but also for its magical natural beauty. If you think that football is the most important part of Brazilian culture, that's not wrong at all, because about 70–80 of the people you know from Brazil are excellent soccer players. At the end of the video, join me in finding out why so many Brazil players have such similar first and last names. But first, let me explore some interesting things about this country. Brazil is the largest country in South America and the fifth largest in the world. Has a total coastline of up to 7,400 kilometers. Brazil's area is equivalent to almost half of South America, and the country also borders most countries in the region, except Chile and Ecuador. With a population of about 210 million people, Brazil ranks 6th globally. Shows the size and diversity of this country. Here, the natural landscape is really rich and diverse. Brazil is famous for its rainforests, with the Amazon being the most prominent. The Amazon is not only the world's largest rainforest, but also has a rich network of rivers. 2/3 of the Amazon rainforest belongs to Brazil, with the total length of this river system up to 6,840 kilometers. Officially considered the world's largest river by volume of water. The Amazon River is also home to thousands of different species of creatures. Among them, the famous piranha has appeared in many Hollywood movies, especially the horror genre. But don't worry too much. In fact, these fish mainly attack dead bodies, and rarely attack humans. The southeastern region of Brazil, once a vast jungle, it has now become a major industrial center with famous cities such as São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. Although it only occupies 11% of the area, it is home to 43% of the country's population. The Brazilian people have a rich history, beginning with European explorations in the 15th century, especially from the Portuguese and Spanish. Back in the day, before the arrival of Europeans, this place was home to some 30 million indigenous people. Today, that number has dropped to just about 300 people, living mainly in remote areas. According to statistics, there are still 70 tribes that have not contacted the modern world. Brazil's history is a blend of many different cultures. The Portuguese settled here and held this position for more than 300 years. Brazil gained independence in 1822, and September 7th became its national day. Brazil's history of development is also closely linked to the development of agriculture. Europeans exploited the land to grow sugar cane and export diamonds and gold to Europe. They also brought slaves from West Africa to work on the plantations. Today, Brazil has developed into a multi-ethnic society, with a mix of indigenous, European, and African people. In addition, since the 19th century, waves of immigration from Europe, the Middle East, and even Japan have created a Brazil that is both traditional and modern. Today, São Paulo is home to the largest Japanese community outside of Japan. Brazil is also famous for Carnival, the world's largest costume festival. In 2018, the festival attracted nearly 6 million participants. As for language, Portuguese is the official language, which is quite unique in the South American region. Speaking of biodiversity, Brazil is home to millions of unique species of flora and fauna. However, deforestation remains a major challenge for the government. Currently, only about 7% of the Amazon rainforest is protected, with 72 national parks spread across the country. Brazil, with a developed economy and a G20 member, is known for its diverse agricultural production, such as coffee, cocoa, sugarcane, and rice. For over 150 years, Brazil has been the world's largest coffee exporter. Culturally, you will find that the Brazilian flag contains many interesting symbols. The blue represents the free sky, and the stars represent the 27 states of the country. Finally, we start exploring the main cities. Brasilia, the modern planned capital, has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage. Interestingly, from above, the city looks like an airplane. It is impossible not to mention Rio de Janeiro, once the capital of the Portuguese Empire during the Napoleonic period, and is home to the statue of Christ, the Redeemer, considered one of the most monumental architectural works in the world. São Paulo is also unique, being the largest in South America and famous for its traffic jams. Some other fun facts about Brazil. It was the site of the world's largest robbery in 2005, worth $70 million. In addition, Queimada Island, nicknamed Snake Island, is famous for its thousands of snake species, making many people not dare to set foot here. Brazil has the second largest number of airports in the world, with 2,717 airports. What is special is that despite the extremely large number of airports, the number of tourists coming here is still quite limited compared to the potential. Finally, as mentioned in the first part, when you watch football, you will see many Brazilian players named Silva. This is the most common surname in Brazil with a total of 6.2 million people. The same is true in Bordeaux. Silva is also a common surname. Slightly closer to Silva is the surname da Silva. There are also 1 million people in Brazil with this name. The origin of Silva and da Silva are the same. In Latin it means forest or jungle. The second most popular surname in Brazil is Santos with 5 million people. The most famous Brazilian soccer player right now is Neymar, whose surname is da Silva, is one of the most prominent names in world football. Share with us any Brazilian players you know named Silva or Santos. Thank you for watching this video, and see you again in the next stories on our channel. If you find it interesting, please subscribe to the channel. Goodbye and see you again.